Every parent knows paying for a child's college education is really tough. Well, now a former Detroit Lion and others are stepping up to help one district start college funds for every student. It's a really encouraging follow-up to a story that we brought you first at 4, and Miss Paula Tutman is in Madison Heights with the story.
There is a real connection that can be seen. It is not only visible, but it is palpable in this school and this school district with this principal and this superintendent. But what he has pulled off has been made possible by this gentleman right here, who's an alum.
Is this second grade?
His name is Ken Delacour.
No.
And you probably know him better from, say, this image. Former offensive lineman for the Detroit Lions. But well before that, he was just a kid in a small one elementary school district in Madison Heights.
When I grew up here, it was just what it was, as a blue-collar, hardworking, family-oriented community.
Today, he's the executive vice president and president of Health Plan Business for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. He's a hometown kid who's done well for himself, and he's never forgotten where he came from.
When you see kids like this, you want to make sure that they have opportunities abundant to them, and you also have to help the community in which they exist.
He didn't want for anything as a child, but he wasn't rich, and he can certainly see himself in the faces and the dreams of these children at his alma mater, Madison Elementary School.
What I saw was youth with energy, optimism, hope, and they need a place where they can fulfill those. And so those things are the things that move me when I see these young kids.
2 months ago, we did a story on this district and its work to raise $60,000 to start college investment funds for every single elementary school student in the district.
By us starting this college fund for every kid, we wanted to give them the ability to start to think, to help them to start to think about what life can be like after high school.
Ken and his wife Karen saw the story.
Beautiful.
He and Karen have donated $50,000 of their own money to the Madison K2C College Fund.
He sees himself in these kids because he was one of the kids who came from our school district.
Those with much should be expected. I've been blessed in many ways. I was blessed in this community growing up here. I've had many good things happen to me, and I would think of that as an obligation of myself.
So, you know what, the $4 donation actually puts that bank account at $85,000, Karen. And here's the thing, now it's gone from being just an investment fund for the elementary school and it goes district-wide. Yes, they're still doing some fundraising, but they are this close to getting there. And Karen, you're the one who told me about this story. I know you have to feel good about what is going on in the Madison School District today.
Yeah, well, I was just touching base with Randy Speck for just story ideas, and he mentioned, I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to do a story on this. You're doing great things. So, you know what, you get an idea like that, you run it, and your first story was just wonderful, and I'm so glad that the folks saw it, and $50,000 donation is so generous. So we're going to keep following this one for sure. Thank you, Paula.
Absolutely, Karen.